What's up, everyone? Welcome back to Clear Talk. On this episode, I go into why I'm doing the dopamine detox and what that even is, and the secret to keeping your cash flow in the positive in your business, and lastly, how to balance entrepreneurship if you're still in school. Enjoy the show. Welcome back to Clear Talk. I'm your host, Armin Shaffi, and I just did 50 push-ups before the show started. Woo! What a great Monday. Okay, let me catch my life. Don't ever do push-ups before a live stream, okay? What's going on, Instagram? I got you right there. Facebook, what's up? And YouTube, welcome to my channel. I'm your host, Armin Shaffi, and welcome to the #1 show for entrepreneurs who need clarity. This is the Clear Talk Show. What holiday is it today?
Victoria Day.
Victoria Day. Tell Victoria I say what's up, and happy Victoria Day. And when John Day shows up, happy John Day too. Great. So today's Victoria Day, and we had an interesting situation where our studio. Can someone? Thank you. Our studio was locked. So we show up, on time, everything's great, and then we hit the handle and door doesn't open, so we couldn't set up. So we have this last minute studio. Let's give a round of applause to the team in here right now for Upton.
Good job, team.
I'm giving a round of applause to the team and to Upton for somehow figuring out how to create such a beautiful set last minute, literally like within 30 minutes. Because we didn't have our Clear Talk set up. So that's interesting stuff. We have really good questions today. I'm excited to answer them. But first, let's do a quick little Clear Talk update. First of all, I've given them coffee. So this is a tea. And the reason is I actually watched a video called the Dopamine Detox. And I highly recommend it. If you just YouTube Dopamine Detox, I would look at it. It's a 14-minute video, an experiment on how you can trick your brain to start doing things that are hard and make it easy for your brain. And so it's pretty much, in essence, I'm going to give you the summary, is essentially when you have too many stimulating things in your life, like your phone, social media, for men it's like porn or sex, or if you are always stimulating your mind and overdosing in like dopamine, which is the chemical in your body that makes you feel good. And it's like the desire chemical. So if you wake up in the morning, you get dopamine with the thought of the day's going to be good. So you get out of bed. And so when you overstimulate your brain with dopamine, what happens is it takes more and more things to make you excited. So just like anyone starting to drink, eventually, even if one shot gets you drunk, eventually you have to get 2 shots and then 4 and then 8. And eventually you're an alcoholic. That's how it happens. So your receptors, your dopamine receptors, they dull down the more dopamine it stimulates. And so I watched this video that explained that the reason why people find it hard to read, find it hard to work out, to work on their business, to do the things that seem boring, but are actually the most important, but it still gives you dopamine. It's exciting, but it's less exciting than social media, video games, porn, sex, like all these things. Then you can do something called the dopamine detox. And so simply what that means is for like 7 days, you do nothing that pretty much feels good, that has like a bad thing to it. So you can't play video games, can't go on social media, you can't, if you have a girlfriend, boyfriend, don't, no sex. If you do not watch pornography, don't do anything. You shouldn't watch it anyways, but don't do anything that stimulates dopamine. And pretty much the only thing you can do during the detox is walk, breathe, meditate, write, journal, and work out. It's like, what is that? Clean. Yeah. But if it gives you dopamine, don't do it. I'm joking. So the cool thing is, it's not that these things don't give you dopamine. It does. But it's way less stimulating than social media. And so what people do is they overdose their dopamine receptors with like social media. Like you go on your phone for 2 hours straight, and then it's hard for things to excite you. And so with that being said, a part of one of those things is coffee. Coffee as well has a very detrimental effect on your brain because it blocks the receptors of your brain, the sleep receptors that say you're tired. And when it does that over and over, I didn't know this, but I'm watching all these millionaires online talk about how they become more productive. And these are the things they've done. They've cut out coffee. They've done dopamine detoxes. And it's really cool. So I'm doing it now because they explain that when the the sleep receptors of your brain get blocked from coffee to not tell you it's sleepy, that's how you stay awake. Your brain starts to think something's wrong and duplicates and multiplies and creates more sleep receptors because it thinks it's not enough. And so when you're off the caffeine, the problem is you have twice the amount of sleep receptors, so you hit a harder crash. That's why a crash happens. And so what happens is you get way more exhausted without caffeine than you did normally without caffeine. And so you become more dependent on coffee because if you don't drink caffeine again, you won't feel energized. And so when you're off caffeine, it makes you're completely like 2, 3, 4 times sleepier than you were normally. And so what it does is it's unfair because it makes you addicted to coffee because you need it now to get energy. So I was watching this video and I'm like, wow, this is interesting stuff. And I was drinking like 3 or 4 cups of coffee a day. Not even to need energy. I have energy all the time, but just because I like the taste and it's a part of my work. Like I love drinking coffee while I work. And so as soon as I read that, I thought, damn, this really doesn't help me be more energized. What it does is it holds my energy hostage because it keeps all the actual natural energy I have away from my brain, and my brain starts to malfunction by creating more receptors and screw my body up. So, and it's also a dopamine hit. Having coffee is a dopamine hit. So you got to cleanse yourself, detox yourself of dopamine stuff. So anyways, I'm drinking tea now. This is tea. And right now I'm not drinking any coffee. I haven't drank for a week. I feel great. It doesn't change much. Like I'm not going to tell you the key to success is, not drinking caffeine, but that's not really my whole thing is, I'm a student of TGR and Think and Grow Rich. At the end of the day, if your desire is strong enough, you will pierce through and have motivation no matter what. But making it easy for yourself as an entrepreneur to build your business, not do things that get it hard for you to achieve your desire, that is your responsibility. Like I shouldn't eat like crap every day because digestion is going to ruin my thinking. Because if I'm if I have constipation and I can't go to the bathroom, it's hard for me to feel great in my body and think clearly and be creative. It just doesn't work. So, if you ever thought you can do one thing without the other thing, like being good at one thing but being sloppy on the other end, it's not possible. I mean, with exception, with arguments and stuff, you can make a claim that, well, Armin, if I could still eat like crap or eat junk food and still be rich, sure, but you're not successful. Successfulness is appropriating yourself. I'm going to give a definition here. Successfulness on any level, no matter what perception of success is to you, is being able to appropriate yourself in harmony, like to get an alignment with laws and natural things of your body and of the earth and of other people in harmony. Meaning, if I don't know how to harmonize myself with my body by eating the right foods and exercising, making my body feel good, and I'm in disharmony with my own body, I get something called sickness. So you're not successful. I don't care how much money you have. If you feel like crap when you wake up because your body is just out of shape, like you're not successful. In my eyes, I don't get that. No, you did not get it. You just learned how to make money. You did not know how to make a life yet, right? So it's a huge difference, and that counts for everything. If your relationships are crap and you have a lot of money, you're not successful to me. My definition, you're not successful. More so, I think you just knew how to make money. It was funny because someone on the weekend said, oh, these people are really successful. Where are they successful? And I said, you mean they have a lot of money? They go, yeah. I go, that's not successful. An idiot can learn how to make a lot of money. I was an idiot. I made a lot of money. Then I got smart. I realized idiot and smart has nothing to do with making money. Making money is just a render of service. You give a useful enough service to the marketplace and charge money for it, you'll make a lot of money. Learn how to systematize that, you'll make more money than your time. End of story. That doesn't mean anything about how you figured out how to live your life or create a great life. That is nothing to do with it. Money's one little variable. It's like saying the inside of my car is really clean. So I'm successful because I have a really clean car. Well, is the engine taken care of? Have you not done an oil change for years? Is your tires burnt out? Is your car mechanically having issues? Just because the inside of your car looks clean doesn't mean your car is great. It just means it looks clean. So just because you have a lot of money doesn't mean you're successful. It just means you have a lot of money. That means nothing. What you do with the money, how that affects your life, what kind of person you become with more money, that's more important. Not how much money you got. Okay. I want to take like a side lesson with that not coffee talk, my tea talk. Tea with Armin V. I'm joking. I'm totally kidding. Gary V, I love you. But yeah. I wonder what kind of tea he drinks, actually. Maybe I should just go on right on tea, Gary V, and just be like, what kind of tea do you drink? That's the only question I have. And then he goes into a 45-minute rant about his tea. That'd be great. So, if you're watching this right now on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, listen to me quickly right now. Here's what I want you to do. I want you to share this video. If you're on YouTube, hit that share button. Make sure you hit that subscribe button as well. And hit that little notification bell so that YouTube can let you know when I go live. Not always does it want to send you all my awesome content when I go live. So if you hit that notification bell, you will get all my notifications. I will come out with great content, even beyond Clear Talk as well. And if you have questions, and thank you for everyone who's been going to AskArmin.com to ask your questions. But if you have questions, what I need you to do is go to AskArmin.com. Here's what will happen. You'll see your page. You're going to put in your name. You're going to put in your email so I can send you really cool free content in your email inbox. And I'm going to answer a question and shout you out on the show every Monday. And from that, sometimes you'll be featured in one of our shorter like motivational videos on Instagram. We'll cut out maybe your question if it's really good, and we'll put it on there. So your name will be everywhere. We'll shout you out. If you want to get your questions answered on the show, go to AskArmin.com. And is that it? Share challenge? AskArmin.com. Oh, yes, I see another sign over here. It says, I love you. I made that up.
We got a couple comments on Facebook.
What's going on there?
We got Melissa. I don't know how to say her last name, but
just say the first name.
Yeah,
that's
Melissa,
the rule.
It says, I always only have my one morning coffee, but I love tea way more now.
Yeah. Yeah, by the way.
Every night, but maybe should drink tea in the morning instead.
Yeah, so here's the thing. I actually had this conversation with someone that said, I don't get addicted to coffee. So what I just said with the dopamine thing with coffee and the sleep receptors, that applies only to people who are excessive. Like I have an excessive personality. So I'm very addictive. When I do something, I go all the way in and I go like beyond, the threshold. So when I drink something, like I'm going to drink. Like I'm about to drink every type of tea that you can think about. So the problem with that is if you have that kind of personality, then yes. Listen to what I said. It'll be good for you. Look it up. Look at the caffeine, the detriments to the brain, and how it actually just makes you really dependent on it. If you're a very balanced person, like you only drink one cup of coffee a day, maybe, or every other day, you don't really care, then you don't need to do this. It's not a big deal. Balance obviously is the key to it all. So if you have a personality that's really easy to have equilibrium with things, then don't worry about it. Like I know people that can like have a cigarette, smoke, and then just throw it out, never think about it again. If you can do that, then great. Then it doesn't matter. Don't worry about it. One cup of coffee doesn't make or break you. What I'm talking about is when you overload your brain with too much caffeine. Too much of anything is bad except vegetables. I said that to someone, they laughed because it's true. You could have too much of vegetables, there's no such thing, or water. It's not just, no? Can't be.
Technically, you can have too much water.
No.
You can't.
You just pee it out.
No. Some people actually get sick from taking
No.
I
Really?
Yeah, it's possible.
Drowning yourself from the inside out.
What about vegetables? No way.
I haven't heard about vegetables.
Never. So go eat as many vegetables. If you have an addiction, get addicted to vegetables. Any other comments? Instagram, Facebook?
We got a hello on Instagram from Udini Maureen.
Okay.
Guess. Just a hello though, but
okay,
we're
cool.
ready for questions if you are.
Okay, yeah. Last thing I wanted to say it's my mom's birthday today, guys.
Happy birthday,
If you're watching this, comment happy birthday. I'll get my mom to see all your comments. It's my mom's birthday today. She turned the big 21 plus, my dad used to say that a lot. I'm 21 plus. Plus, I also realized my dad sounded like Rocky. I didn't know until I watched old videos of myself yesterday. I watched my vlogs. If any of you know me for more than 4 years, you'll know that 4 or 5 years ago on YouTube, I vlogged my life for 140 days. And at the time when I started the vlog, I was completely dead broke. Like I literally had, I think, $2 sitting in an account, and every other credit card I had was maxed. And I was jobless. I was businessless. I had no income. And I was watching The Secret and Law of Attraction every day. Tell me if you've ever heard that story. So I thought I can law of attract money into my life, okay? And at that time, I'm like, you know what? Like, damn, like I got to change my life. So I had a friend who invited me out to a job opportunity to go to Vancouver and live there for like 4 months or so. And no, leave it. I'm good. And it's a sales opportunity. So I'm like, I'm going to vlog every day of my life so that I can see the transformation from dead broke, nobody Armin to, becoming eventually financially stable and all these things. So I actually vlogged all 4 months I lived in Vancouver. And for any of you sitting here thinking like, oh, I can't wait to see these videos, you can't. They're privated. They're never going to be seen by the public ever again. Because as I watched myself, I was appalled. I was appalled at how I spoke. Let me tell you some of the vocabulary, the brilliant words I used in my vocabulary. I said things like, I'm cheesed. I said things like hectic. I said things like dope. I said things like, what was the other one I said? Cheese.
Probably said
Dog.
Dogs.
Dog.
Some
Blessed.
waste.
I said things like blessed. I was speaking like Drake before Drake, you know, before Famuels and Fam. Honestly, I sound like an idiot. I'm like, that's, if I met me then now, I would set myself straight. I would like, I knew all the things I had wrong with me, but there's one thing I had good about me. I had a great heart and my intentions were good. So I knew, like, I just delivered it terribly. Like, people would judge me because my delivery was poor. My point is, I watched this and I'm like, yeah, this will never be seen by the public eye ever again. So I have it, but it's all private. It's only I can see it. So I'm going through these videos and I'm watching one video with my dad, and I didn't realize how much he sounds like Rocky or like Arnold Schwarzenegger. Like, seriously, like, he was saying that, I'm like, you gonna miss me, Dad? Because I was leaving to the airport. He goes, yeah, well, you're my son. And I'm like, what's going on with that German voice going on there, bro? So anyway, so that was pretty crazy. Yeah. So everything else, my mom's great, guys. She's happy. It's good. Life's great. Do we have questions?
Yeah, we
Do we have
do.
questions? All right. Is there anything else I got to update on?
I think that's everything.
I think that's everything. Check out Dopamine Detox on YouTube. 100%. One last thing. I want to give a golden nugget to anyone who actually cares. When they're watching this and they're like, Armin gives sometimes some perspectives that are useful. Let me tell you a little breakthrough I had. I'm starting to realize more and more as the business grows and as we stretch and scale and success, more and more success comes in, meaning just more results. I'm starting to realize something. The more I elevate my own self and my business, I realize that the real key, when it comes down to it, and this is going to make sense when I say it to you, the real thing you need to learn to master after you've taken control of yourself and your mind and your emotions is your time. I'm starting to realize how much time is abused and how entrepreneurs, not like, in one episode I said you murder time, 100%, but now I'm like looking at this like, wow, time is literally what you do with time, and how you organize it, how you use it is the absolute make or break of your success. And I don't think that's like the end all ultimate key to the answer to success. But what I'm saying is I've realized recently that time is so incredibly important to understand, and how much of it leaks. Like your days are like a bucket with several holes in them. And by the end of every day, you're in whatever was in the bucket is all leaked out because you're leaking time. Time is only a finite amount every single day, right? Or for your life. But if you look at it on a daily basis, if you're watching this, I want to see if anyone tries this, okay? I've done this for months before, but you just do it for 7 days. For 7 days, keep track of every single thing you do minute by minute and categorize it into where your time went on a daily basis from 12 a.m. to 12 a.m. So literally capture every single minute of what happened on your phone and put down what happened and how much time it took from what time to what time. And you're like, oh, man, that's a lot of work. Yeah, it's a lot of work to become really good at something and to become super self-aware. If you don't want to do that, then don't do it and just have half-ass life. It's up to you. So if you want to master, I'm telling you how. Keep track for 7 days, every single thing you do minute by minute. And then at the end of the day, at the end of the week, sit down and go, where did my time go this week? And you will have, if you're anything like me, you'll have an incredibly shocking analysis. You'll be looking at it like, wow, I spent 48 hours of my 168 hours this week on just random stuff that doesn't matter. You go, that 48 hours, if I used it properly, I could have been a millionaire by the end of this year. And for example, so I want you to actually take a look at doing that, because I'm starting to realize how much time plays a factor in your success, because the only difference between where you are now and someone who's 100 steps ahead of you, probably having all the things you want, is that they somehow figured out how to organize their time so effectively that they produced incredible results with the time they had. And the same time you're wasting. And so I'm only getting to see this now because I've deleted all my social media apps from my phone, and I only check my social media on very scheduled time basis for a short period of time. So I have no access to anything that could distract me. I don't even like talk. My messenger app is gone. So the only thing I have is Slack to talk to my team. And so I literally have zero distractions in my daily life. And I have no option but to just work and, do things that matter. And I'm realizing how much time is wasted if I had those things. A lot of you wake up and you immediately touch your phone, and you go on your phone and you spend an hour in the bed, and then your whole day looks like that. Your whole day like this. And so your brain is not active. It's not stimulated right off the bat. And that's what sucks. And every day of your life now becomes just like that. You're being distracted. So your whole day's distracted now. If you want to take anything away from what I'm saying here right now, is the first 60 minutes of your day determines usually the rest of the day. Okay, the first 60 minutes of how you wake up, what you feel like, what you're thinking about, the most dominating thoughts, what you did, that usually dictates what the rest of your day is going to look like. Usually, not all the time. Usually, though. So, do this 7-day thing. You could do a cleanse, and you could see where your time goes, and now you'll actually start becoming aware of what, as a CEO, as an entrepreneur, you're doing that's causing you failure or causing you success. So, if you're really successful, do this anyways. Because then you'll be like, damn, I could squeeze some more productivity here. And the cool thing is, the more and more you grow and you get closer to your goal and you grow as a person and your goals grow, here's the thing. It's not big things anymore. It's not like I got to quit playing video games. You don't do that anymore. You don't go like, I got to stop hanging out with my friends for 5 hours. That's a big chunk you have to fix. Eventually, when you become super productive, it's the little details. Eventually, it's like, I got to not sit, be in the toilet for the extra 5 minutes sitting on the toilet on my phone for no reason. I got to not grab my phone in the morning, which takes a minute difference, but it changes the trajectory of your day. I got to not, whatever it is, eat that one junk food I like to eat, that I got to get rid of that. It's small little things. And what can I do with the 10-minute interval I have? And all these things that waste time and kill time and leaks the liquid out of your bucket by the end of the day that ruins your day. So I just give you a ton of like golden value. Like take this and you do something with it. Don't just watch and go, oh, that sounds really nice, Armin. Thank you so much. I'll see you next Monday. No. Like hear what I just said. If you have your goals and you haven't achieved them yet, or you feel like you're going in circles and not going towards them, that's the reason why. You need to learn how to use your time. Okay, you need to learn how to, and first you got like the mind thing, obviously, but you need to learn how to use your time. End of story. Okay, let's get into the questions. What time are we at, by the way?
We are
24 minutes. Okay.
So, question number 1.
Yeah.
What is the secret to keeping your business in a positive cash flow?
What?
What is the secret to keeping your business in positive cash flow?
Making money. I'm sorry. Is there a secret to that? Make more money than you spend? Is that the question?
Yeah.
What do you mean was the secret? First
Is
of all,
there a secret? No secret?
when you guys ask questions, make sure that you give me context, right? Like, I am a accountant, business owner. What's the secret? Because at least I'll know. Like, what if you sell toilet paper? I don't know. That's probably a very different cash flow secret to business than it is to run an online business. The secret is make more money than you spend. Is that not? There's no secret to this. Make money. Make sales. Sales. You want positive cash flow? Make sales. And make sure your expenses are lower. Here's some good perspective. Do not spend money in your business unless you have to. Okay? If you start making more money, don't be like, I got to get a bigger office. No. Unless you have so many people stuffed in one room like I do, when you're trying to fit 7 people in a 4-person office, until then, you should not try to get more office space. It's just extra cash for no reason. I had 2 offices before. I had 3 offices. I got rid of half of them. Now we're all in just one room. And the biggest mistake I made was by killing my cash flow, the actual positive profit we made, is by spending in advance. So I'm like, we're going to need this eventually, so I'm going to go buy it now. No! Death by spending money on things you don't need. Okay, no. Only spend money in your business if you have to when it comes to expenses. So squeeze out the juice of what you got before you move on to the next level. And you'll always be in positive cash flow. And just make sales. Listen, you can't be in business and not be good at sales. Don't be in business. Oh my God, let me give you a great perspective of this. I remember I was at a friend's house at one point. This was a couple years ago. I was at a friend's house, and their mom was really good at cooking, okay? So when I was there, their mom made food, and the food was so good. And I remember my friend was talking up his mom, like, Mom, you would run such a successful restaurant. Your food is so delicious. And I remember hearing that, and I go, what does being a good cook have anything to do with running a successful restaurant? Boom. And it was crazy because when I had this conversation with him, he never thought about what I said. I'm like, here's the problem. You think just because you're good at doing something, you can be good at building a business around it. Wrong! Absolutely. Okay, no. Let me save you some time. Let me give you some reality. Let me give you some clear talk here, okay? Just because you're good at something does not mean you will be good at building a business on it. It is a completely different skill set. I'll give you a tiny example. We got a fire sign going. She's clicking to the fire sign. Let me give you an example. Said friend's mom can make a mean, creme brulee. She goes out and goes, I want to build a restaurant. Then she gets hit with a bunch of corporation documents. She's a cook. Doesn't know this stuff. Doesn't know who to go to, how to do it. So she does it all wrong. Sets up a corporation. Doesn't know what she's doing. Then she goes out to get a lease for a place. So she can build a restaurant, right? She's not in real estate. Doesn't know anything about real estate or money or investment. So she gets some guy takes advantage of her because he's like, this person doesn't know what the hell they're doing. She puts her life savings on a place. And she gets a place. She's a cook. Not an investment property person. She doesn't know how to get a nice place. She goes in. She goes, oh, I really like this. Looks like my living room. Let me decorate it with a bunch of expensive stuff in here so that it looks great. Goes out and gets all this stuff in the place. Buys a bunch of equipment she doesn't need and doesn't know other equipment she needs. She doesn't even know how to hire people now. She's all alone. You think just because you open up a restaurant and you're a great cook and you make mean creme brulee, people are going to show up and you're going to have a positive business? No. Absolutely not. Get this out of your head. That's a mistake. It's not I was going to say something stupid. Mistake. What's the opposite of miss? Hit take. It's not a hit take. What a stupid sense of humor I got. It's actually really stupid. I just realized how stupid my humor is. That tiny little mistake and a hit take. I'm trying to opposite miss and put it next to take. How does my brain work? What did you do to me, mom and dad? How did you wire me this way? How did I come out this way? It's crazy.
Hit take.
Hit take. It's not a hit take. It's a mistake. You missed the take. Here's the problem. Just because you're good at something doesn't mean you can build a business on it. Why am I saying this? Because if you do not have positive cash flow, here's the secret you want. You need to be good at sales. Got to be good at selling it. If you're not good at selling what you're good at, you can't be good at it. Listen, I'm good at coaching. I'm really good at coaching. I can talk to a person, figure out the problem, and my brain works like an algorithm. I look at it like, oh, these might be the causes of your problems. I have exercises. We help them out. They get clear. They go, damn, that was great. It was worth my money because now I know what to do. I feel great. I can do this. I know I can produce results in coaching. I'm also great at seminars. When I'm speaking on a stage, I'm great at it. Why? Because when I go up, I know how to connect to my audience. I know how to come up with great ideas on the spot. I know how to teach and articulate my thoughts and communicate it to my audience so they get it. I know how to have fun and entertain my audience. That's a skill I'm good at. But it doesn't mean that people are going to show up to my seminars or come and hire me as a coach just because I'm good at it. No, what did I have to do? I had to go learn how to sell this stuff. I had to learn how to sell coaching packages and programs. I had to learn how to get people to come to my events. That's called marketing. That's called selling. That's called real business building. I had to learn how to get people to come work for me. How to join my team, want to work for me in advance, seeing the vision I had. I had to learn how to lead other people. That has nothing to do with speaking and coaching, but that is my cooking skill in this analogy. But only until I got really good at selling and marketing did the business actually grow. And so you'll have situations where someone's really good at something, but they're miserable because they're not good at anything else around their business. Then you got people that are really good at business and they're mediocre at something and they still build a bigger business. The very foundation of successful entrepreneurship is your ability to organize all the different attributes of business building into harmony, like marketing, sales, hiring, recruiting, development, leadership, content, whatever it is. You know how to do all that stuff. So no, Mr. Friend, your mom would have a terrible restaurant business. I'm sorry. Just because she can cook nice does not mean she is equipped to build a business. No, at best, she'll be very happy working for someone who has a restaurant. End of story. So, I'm going to let it fall, George Clooney.
Justin Trudeau.
Justin Trudeau. Isaiah, make a funny meme out of this. Maybe we could make it go viral, man. Justin Trudeau. Have you seen that? They put some Arabic music over it. The one I saw was Justin, my prime minister in Canada. His hair looks like Tarzan right now. And his beard looks like Gandalf. So he has this really cool look going. And like it's legitimately like growing sideways now. That's how long his hair is. It's not even up anymore. It's going like this. So when he's outside, it just kind of looks like this as he's talking. And his hair's flowing in the wind. And he has on national TV, he has this moment where he goes like this. I don't know why he does it. Like he actually goes, "Hello, my fellow Canadians." Quick, great impression. So, my hair's good. Okay, good. My hair can't be good. Listen, if your hair's bad, you're normal right now. It's abnormal to have great hair right now. It's like a prideful thing if you have great hair, bad hair. You know, if you look like crap, they're like, right on, brother. Coronavirus. Okay? If you have great hair, they're like, you traitor. That's what you are, a traitor. Anyways, so where was I at? Yeah, your mom can't build the restaurant business. Sorry, bro. And you better be good at this. So how do you create cash flow? Be really good at what creates cash flow. It's called sales. And if you hate it, the entrepreneurs go, but I just don't have time for that. I want to hire it out. No problem. Enjoy being miserable. No problem. Just enjoy like literally getting played around. If you are unwilling to at the very least understand every part of your business, you don't need to do it. Obviously, you can't build a business on your own. You need help. You got to hire people. But if you're unwilling to even learn how to communicate the language of a part of your business, like advertising, like marketing, like sales, like HR, if you just don't understand it, like at least understand it, so when you hire someone, you know how to talk to them about what you want. You are not serious about your business. Just not. I was on a coaching call in my coaching program for SGC, speaking to clients. And on one of our coaching calls, one of my students were talking about how, can I hire out an ads person? I'm like, sure, but you will literally increase the chance of failure. And he goes, what do you mean? I go, well, look, you might look at ads right now, Facebook ads, and get overwhelmed. But if you don't understand it, when you hire someone, how do you know if they're ripping you off? How do you know if it's good? How do you know if the product's good? If you're good? If you something? How do you know? He goes, well, I guess you're right. I'm like, yeah, and what? You're going to give all of your business. Think about it. Advertising is literally the make or break of leads coming into your business. You're giving the keys to that to someone that knows more than you for your business, and you don't know how to talk to them or how to mastermind with them. How stable are you going to feel in your business? Absolutely none. So I'm like, so what if you hire someone, but they're overcharging and their work is crap? How do you know? Because you have no idea what ads are like. Don't you think it's your moral obligation in your business to go and learn at least how to speak and understand ads? So that when you hire, you might not have to sit there and do all the work, but you can at least understand it. So when you hire an ads person or a salesperson or this person, you can know how to tell them what you want and if the work is actually good. Do you not think that's your at least obligation? He goes, you're right. I go, look, you can try to keep something for nothing. You can try to get lazy and hire someone. I don't want to do this, but let me just hire it out. I want to just focus on what I'm good at in my business. I don't want to learn all this other stuff. No problem. Go work for someone. I'm not angry. I'm passionate. I can't believe like entrepreneurs say that. What do you mean? It's a privilege to start a business. It's not a job. Don't build it with an employee's mindset. And employees aren't bad things. Just they're not a CEO for a reason. That end of story. They're not owning the business for a reason because they do not think like someone who would own a business. That's fine. That's totally fine. Nothing against that. But just know your place. Like go work for someone who owns the business because that person has mentally made decisions that you will never make. Like you got to be okay with being in a team where the person that runs the business, like owns the business, has all the responsibility on his shoulder or her shoulder. His stuff is the fan. It's their fault, not yours. That is the luxury of working in a team that's winning instead of being the leader of the team. But if you're going to be a leader of the team, please do not kid yourself. You better have the mindset. You better have the right thinking. And so I've learned every aspect of my business. There's not one thing about my business I do not understand. And so that is the only reason why successfully I'm able to hire or even train people that are not good at something until they're good enough and I say, okay, you get it. But only because I get it. The moment I do not understand something and someone on my team gets, this business is stopping. That's going to be a roadblock there because I don't know. I'm the vision, right? I'm supposed to be the visionary. Like, here's where I want to go. If it's not their job, it's my job. If I do not articulate that and like communicate it with what they're doing, like in ads or something, how am I going to grow? Now you got to give the keys to this person to run your business. So you want cash flow? Learn how to sell. And if you don't want to sell yourself, which I don't think you should as a business owner, you shouldn't be the salesperson forever. You should hire people. But first of all, go sell first so you learn. So that when you hire people to sell your stuff, you know how to teach them how to sell your stuff. Only you can know how to sell your stuff better than anyone else. And second, you better know how to know when a salesperson is good by learning and understanding what selling is and what it takes. So you want cash flow? You want a good business? Let me just end it with this. You want a good business? Make sure you understand every part of your business. That's the least you could do for the privilege of building a business with the potential to financially free you. That's my answer.
All right. Next question I think leads really well from what you previously
You
said.
got any
So
comments? Or people just like...
people are just watching. People
Okay,
are just
cool.
watching right now. Yeah. So our next question. As an entrepreneur, we have to look at different aspects of business. So although I look to delegate most work, how do I keep my focus on all aspects of the business without getting overwhelmed?
Say it one more time.
So as an entrepreneur, we have to look at different aspects of business. Although I look to delegate most work, how do I keep my focus on all the aspects of the business without getting overwhelmed?
You don't. You don't focus on every aspect of your business. You only focus on it when it matters. In the moment you are able to find someone that you can delegate the work to and you're comfortable with their work and you grow them enough to be able to handle it on their own, you never think about it again. I do not think in the Monday morning when I wake up anything about ClearTalk setup. I've trusted this team. When I wake up, that when I come here, it's all ready to go, no matter what. That is when you start running a real business because now you have a team and a system you can depend on. I can depend on this team. I can walk in and it's all being worked out. But it wasn't always like this. In the beginning, I had to think with you. I had to come in and go, damn, so let's do this, let's do this. And what I do is little by little, in increments, I would give more and more responsibility away and I would stop thinking, like taking control of it. And little by little, Upton and the team, they will start to take their own initiative because I'm allowing them to. I'm saying, you guys figure it out. Even this morning, Jay calls. Jay has a great attitude, right? By the way, I wanted to acknowledge you when you called me the way you did about the situation. Just like I'm proud because, they say, a person by the people around them, like a leader by you resembled very well, a lot of the things I talk about. So it's good. She calls me. She goes like this. So I got some great news. Good morning. And I go, yeah. She goes, so we're locked out of our studio and the keys are not opening. And so my question is, we have a few options. Where do you want to film? And I'm like, ask Upton. I trust him. Let him figure it out. Please hear what I just said. And maybe many of you who have a small business with a team can learn something from this if you haven't already learned this lesson. There was a situation, acknowledging that Jeanette called with a positive attitude about it. This is great. Obviously, it's great. By the way, it is great. I like this setup. I actually like this. Is sick. This is awesome. So this was great. Jay was right. You're like, that's optimistically delusional. No, that's life. Your negativity is crap. What is she going to do? Call me and say, oh, God, we only got 30 minutes to set up. We're locked out. And I'd be like, oh, relax. Like, I didn't even have to say that. I'm like, relax. It's fine. It's happening for a reason. I didn't even have to say that. She picked it up a long time ago. No, it's happening for a reason, of course. That's why it's great news. So what do you want to do? And what did my answer as a leader, what was my answer? I did not say, all right, let me come right down. Let me see if I can focus on this, figure it out. I didn't say, what is our option? No, I said, yeah, Upton knows. Whatever he says goes. I like it. Now, let's say I walked in and I hated what he did. Let's say. I'd be like, great, man. You figured this out last minute. That's awesome. I only focus on what was good about what he did. And only under the circumstance that he asks me for improvement or feedback will I give him here's what you could have done better. But if he doesn't ask, I will not tell him. Why not? Why would I tell him? He's not asking for coaching. And unless he asks, he will not receive. Because maybe he thinks he's doing great. And isn't the mental attitude of the person's self-image, like they think, I'm doing so great, isn't that more important than whether they're doing great or not? That's a lot more important. So this morning was a great example. And I said, yeah, okay. I don't focus on ClearTalk, guys. I just show up and I sit on this chair and I talk. Even the questions, like everyone, the team's in charge of getting the questions. And, like I have zero idea. Let me tell you something. I have zero idea, like the actual intricacies of how these guys are doing what they're doing right now. Like, I have actually no idea. Like, he has an Ecamm Live software. She has whatever. I don't even know what her laptop's showing right now. I don't know. I know Lauren's writing some stuff. I don't know what's going on, but I do understand this part of the business. I know the vision of what it should look like. I know the end result. So when I talk to him, I go, here, Upton, this is the picture I want. This is the image I want of where we should get to. You figure out the steps. I'm just telling you the destination. It is not Upton's job to know the destination, but guess what a great team is when they start thinking about the destination too. Upton goes, man, I really want ClearTalk to look like this one day, to reach these people one day. I go, damn, man, you're thinking with me now. That's great leadership. How does someone in a team create leadership like this in a team? Is by giving space for them to grow into a leader. Not by always cutting them by the neck and doing it yourself. So my answer is you don't focus on every part of the business. You only focus when it's necessary. And then your goal is to delegate or find someone that you can trust for them to make it their focus. And by default, you'll eventually have a person you can depend on in every part of your business, every aspect that takes care of that thing. If you are unwilling to spend the necessary time to make this person intelligent enough and dependable enough on their own without you, you are not a good leader. You're trying to get away with something for nothing, hoping you'll just hire a person that figures it out for you. I've already tried that, guys. It doesn't work. I sit in a lot of seminar businesses, and I've coached hundreds of people have come by me on how to build seminar businesses and coaching businesses. Every single time, I've always had a few people always talk about how they want to delegate the social media marketing side of things. I'm like, that's the part, that is your business. You want to delegate the business part of your business? What are you left to do? If you don't understand how to articulate your branding, your messaging into a marketplace, what are you good for? So then go work for someone that already has that figured out and just tell them to give you a position doing what you like. I'm telling you, drop this nonsense. Delegation is only after you have understood a part of your business and have got someone that you can actually depend on by either training them or vetting them because you understand what they're supposed to get done, the standard of what their work should be, and then you move on. So ClearTalk's just one. Social media, I have no idea. I literally just look at the end result of what Lauren and Isaiah create. I'm going to go, it's great. It's awesome. And they come up with their own ideas. Lauren made this crazy new way of making the emails with pictures, and I'm like, this is awesome. I can't think about this stuff, but I know the end result of what this email should look like. It should look great. Do you understand what I'm saying, guys? My funnels. I taught someone from scratch how to build funnels. And then we went back and forth. It took months, 6, 7, 8 months until they really understood how to build a funnel. And then I gave them templates and they built it. And now they're confident in it. Now I can trust. If I say, go build a funnel, they'll get it done. But it took time. Nature demands a pumpkin seed. 3 months only to grow and fully bloom. But it demands an oak tree seed, 100 years. Depending on the goal you have, be aware of the time it will take. It only takes 4 weeks for a hen to lay an egg, but it requires 9 months for a human egg to grow into a human. So the more sophisticated, the higher of a goal you have, the longer it will take. And that also goes with the level of business you want to build. You want to start a mom and pop shop? Sure. Yeah, maybe it'll take months to hire some people out. You should be good. You only want to make 10, 20, 30 grand a month? That's fine. You could do that very easily in any business. Hire a bunch of little people out and just do it. You want to build a 7, 8 figure business that scales around the world. I've done seminars in different countries. You better be prepared to understand your business. That's my answer.
Great. So we got your mom saying hi on Instagram.
Happy birthday, Mom. Love you.
And we've got a question from Facebook. So from Kumar.
Yeah.
Kumar says, Armin, what does it take for someone to join your team?
It's a great question. Let me answer it. One time we had this question asked. Yeah. Have we? Yeah, I'm going to answer it.
In an earlier ClearTalk episode.
Yeah. I don't know. I haven't created a metric system to how I want people to come. God just sends me people. I don't know. I'm not religious when I say that. I'm very spiritual. I have tried looking for people, and it never really works out. And then I've tried not looking for people and becoming a leader myself. And then as soon as I did, some great people showed up. And I'm grateful for that. I think we had a sentimental show the last time, was it? Or the one before that where I took a moment to thank you guys. The second last one. Okay. Before the last one. I'll tell you this. I'll tell you the attributes that the great people that work here right now with me and my team have. And then if you model them, maybe you'll show up here. First things first is desire. Every single person in my team had a desire of their own to be here. And that's the first thing that mattered. And as soon as that desire was noticeable and I could see it and I could feel it, see if their desire was strong enough, I can't even stop them if they want to be on my team. And I'll give you a great example. Isaiah is a great example. Isaiah's on my team right now, and he's learning sales. He's going to be doing sales for us eventually. And right now he's doing all the video editing. So all the cool videos you guys see on Instagram is from Isaiah. And he by the way, he didn't know how to like video edit like that when he started here. So we spent time focused on him and built him up. And then now he's really better than even what I thought he would be, which is amazing. And Isaiah for months was asking to work in my team. I just didn't know how he would work in my team because I didn't know what he could do, and I wasn't looking for anybody. But his desire was so strong. He was so persistent. He kept asking, Armin, I really want to work in you. Can I try this? Can I try this? Can I try this? And eventually I'm like, just show up to my office and see what happens. Literally, I'm like, I don't know what you could do here. And he comes in, and for like weeks he couldn't watch his like sales videos on YouTube, and like maybe he's like, I'll learn sales. I'm like, all right, learn that. And I had no direction for him because I didn't know what to do. One day, randomly, Upton's editing one of our videos, and he's overwhelmed with work because Upton's handling so many things. And Isaiah goes, I can help with that. We go, what do you mean I can help with that? He goes, well, I actually did like some production when I was younger, so I know how to use video editing. I'm like, you're just telling me this now? And so I'm like, dude, you got time. Let me give you all of the footage I have from all the 15, 20 seminars I've done in the last 4 years and go through it and take like moments. And I start showing him, I had this idea. I'm like, look at all these videos. We could take 3-4 minute clips of me speaking. You could make videos out of this. And everything you see now, we started as an idea with each other. And he started learning. And within months, he was here. And like he's a vital part of the team now. Like a lot of you wouldn't see my content coming out of ClearTalk if it wasn't for him. So thank you, Isaiah, if you're watching. And it's crazy because we were having our own circle of honor. Was it how many days ago? Last Thursday. We had a circle of honor. If any of you have gone to my Elite Speakers Academy seminar, we don't do them anymore, but we used to finish with circles of honor. So we did our own in this office. And he stood up and he goes, it's crazy because for a long time in my life, I was always looking for people that are crazy like me. He's like, I was looking for people that are crazy like me that I can work with, and I always wanted them, and everyone around me wasn't like that. And he goes, but then I realized I keep thinking about that, and I've never stopped to notice that I already have that now. And he's like, when I look at you guys, you're all crazy. And he's like, you're crazy, you're crazy, you're crazy. And we all started laughing. I'm like, yeah, we're pretty crazy. And he goes, I literally found exactly the people I wanted to hang around with. And touched my heart, eh? And I realized that only 2-3 months ago, he would just had a desire to be in this team, but he had no idea how. And he desired it so strong, I couldn't even stop him. So the qualities of the people that work in this team is first and foremost desire. You must want it. And if you don't be here. But let me tell you something. I'm a very unorthodox company. Very unorthodox company. I don't hire people straight from like logic. I do not. Like when I meet a person, even if they're very skilled, and I don't feel their energy, I don't hire them. I don't want to work with them. I don't want to. They're going to bring us down, eh? I don't care how good you are. And I've had some really skillful people work in my team. They're all gone. No offense to them. Like nothing personal. You got to understand. I am vibrating at such a level of a high frequency. I am not willing to risk that by bringing people in here that think small. Just not. Can't risk it. I'd rather work on my own if I was going to do that. So I'm very selective with who I want to let in, but I don't go out seeking them. So Kumar, to answer your question, desire is number one. If you ever want to work in this team, you better want it, man. And you got to show it. And you got to really want it, and you got to show it. And then go the extra mile. Going the extra mile is a very important thing. Every single person in this team started in the extra mile, actually. Extra mile meaning doing work before paid or doing more than paid for. So whether I came in here and I started them by paying them, they always did more than what they were paid, or if they started by just doing work before getting paid so they can find a place and a position to work in. Everyone in this team started that way. There's not one person I've hired in with a hiring package. Not once. I don't need to do that, especially because we're at the level of the company we are right now. I don't need to do that. But I wouldn't even if I wanted to. I wouldn't. Because that person will come in with the wrong mindset. They'll come in with money as a part of the reason they're here. No one in my team, man, are here because of money. And that blows my mind when I think about it. You know why? I'm not here for money. Money's a byproduct. I want a lot of money too. And I want all my team to have a lot of money. I want everybody to get rich. And they will. But it's not the reason we're here. You have to be insane for just a few dollar bills to go through all the stuff we go through. That better not be your only motivation. So first is desire. Second is extra mile. You have to really want to work and show it. And before demanding anything, you must earn it. The third thing is to follow our code. We have 4 words that we describe this team as. It's on my wall. The first thing is integrity. Integrity means you always do the right thing even when no one's watching. Meaning even if I'm not there, you're taking care of things. So I don't have to find out later and you don't hide it. Honesty is very important to this team. Honesty and integrity. Integrity, like I said, is doing the right thing when no one's watching. And that's why I trust every single person in this team. Because I know when I'm not there, they're doing all the right things. The second thing is playfulness. We have way too much fun. It's probably, gotta get diagnosed with like a mental fun disorder or something. If you have an unpleasant personality, you will not last anywhere, not even in my life, let alone my team. If you're not a fun person, sorry, can't help you. Go work at Microsoft or something. I don't know. Okay? If you want to work here, you got to be playful. Playful meaning you don't take things so seriously. You take your life and your goals seriously, but everything else is just fun. Peace of mind, man. You're like, yeah, it's good. Let's do it. Let's kill it. Let's go. But it's fun. I crack a joke every third sentence. This is just the show. You guys, you have no idea how my daily life is. When we used to be here every day, there wasn't a 30-minute interval to pass by without the entire team laughing. That's how great it was. Like, this is laugh therapy. I'm sure people come here with sicknesses and get healed. Okay. I don't know. Maybe. I mean, he laughed this much. I know Upton has abs now because of that. He didn't have abs before he worked here. Now he has abs. I have a before and after picture. I can prove it to you. That should be in our hiring ads, eh? Looking for people. Looking to get abs? Work with Armin. The third thing is obsession. The third thing we describe our team as is obsession. Obsession meaning you want it and you are willing to do whatever it takes. If you are not obsessed and you're just like, like that, yeah, you won't last. You might get here, but you won't last long. Because I'm an obsessed leader. So I will tire you out if you're not obsessed as well with your goal and for being here. And the last thing is family. And the word family is something special to us. I was telling someone actually the other day, I'm like, I don't have friends. And they laughed, like, don't say that. I'm like, no, I seriously do not have friends. I do not have friends. I have team and I have family. That's it. Legitimately, I actually have I'm thinking about it, like, I don't have friends. If you're in my life and we talk, like a lot, you're either in my team or you're in my family. And yes, my family extends beyond just my immediate family. So the people that are friends that you guys call friends, I consider them as family. But you got to be seriously close to me if you're like family. If you're not a team or a family, you're an acquaintance of mine. And some people call that friends. But to me, it's like very extreme. That's why I don't have friends. I'm actually a terrible friend because I don't ever talk to you. I'm so focused on my goals and on my business and on my team and my family, the people that matter most to me, I don't think about friends. So if I had them, I probably lost them anyways. Because I don't talk to you. I'm not thinking about you. By the way, I'm not saying that out of arrogance or ego or anything. I'm just being honest. Like, I just don't think. I don't think about the person. So I'm a bad friend. Okay? You're either in my team, so I'm talking to you all the time, or you're in my family and I'm loving you and I'm taking care of you and we have a relationship. So 4 words, man. Integrity, playfulness, obsession, and family. These 4 things really sum up our entire team, actually. So remember, first thing is desire. Second thing is going the extra mile. And the third thing is you must have these qualities that we actually very much value. Integrity, doing the right thing when no one's watching, playfulness, taking only your goals in life seriously, but everything else is a fun time and you're totally relaxed. Third thing is obsession. You got to be willing to do everything it takes to achieve your goal and help this team get ahead. And last one is family. Is you need to resemble the trust and the safety and the respect of family. These are not just your coworkers. No one here thinks they're coworkers. They all think they're family. Maybe they call each other friends and like close best friends. I don't know. But I know they act like family. Okay? And it starts with me because you wouldn't go anywhere where the person you're working for like holds you and hugs you for 5 minutes. That's how I started. I would hug these guys 5 minutes. They'd come in the morning. I'd just hug them. I haven't hugged you guys for a while now, obviously because of coronavirus. But you know, when I used to, like I would hold them for 5 minutes, just holding them. Family doesn't even do that. Think about this. Which one of your moms or dads or siblings held you for 5 minutes? When's the last time you remember that? Wait, I'll do it for you. Never. Okay. No one hugs people for 5 minutes. So, yeah, just, and just try, man. Try. If you really want to work here or be in our team, sure. I don't think we're the golden, egg of the world. Like, it's just another team. But we don't just let anyone in unless your desire is strong enough. So we'll find out. It's kind of like the sperm and the egg, There's 400 trillion sperms that come out or whatever. Is it 400 trillion? There's chances to 1. It's not 400
Something
trillion.
like that.
No, it's like, huh?
A lot.
A lot comes out. I'm going to go with Lawrence. It's the best guess so far. A lot of sperm comes out and not everyone gets in, but one cracks to the egg. You better have the persistence of that one sperm. We might make that a thing. You want persistence? You got to be that one sperm. We should hashtag it. The one sperm. If you're not the one sperm, you're not the one. You got to be like Neo from The Matrix. That guy was the one sperm. Okay, so you got to crack through the egg, man. The egg is tough. Can't find it. When you find it, you got to break through it. There's all these other people trying to get in. That kind of sums up trying to work here. It doesn't. I'm kidding. But, What time are we at?
2 minutes.
2 minutes left.
Well, minute and 30 seconds.
Maybe
What?
what's on IG, yeah.
It's too short. This show is too short.
Bye, IG.
IG, we're still good on IG. Let's go another question.
Are you sure?
Hmm?
Oh, snap. Okay.
Snap, crackle, pop.
Really quick, we got Jessica saying happy birthday to your mama on Facebook. On IG, we've got Esther Goli saying family is a blessing.
Yeah.
So, last question.
Whoa, hold on. Is there anything else?
Nah, that's
Okay,
pretty
good.
much-
Let's
That's
go.
pretty much everybody's hello.
Let's do one more question. I'll
Okay.
keep it short and long.
How do you balance school and being an entrepreneur? And that question is from Marlena Sares.
Oh, cool. Simple. You remember what you want and why you're doing it. If you're in school and you want to build a business, is it balance school and
Being an entrepreneur.
being an entrepreneur? Yeah. I'll give you a very direct piece of perspective, actually. Why don't you use the school as a part of the entrepreneurial thing? The greatest opportunity school gives you is networking. Nothing else. Everything else you could find on YouTube better. Probably there's someone better that could teach you something. The business class you're in, the health class you're in, anything that doesn't require actual doctor, engineer, lawyer, things that are very intricate and you need a license to the government. You can pretty much learn on YouTube and from other experts better than a professor, because a professor is teaching it. They're not living it. So if you find someone that's living it, you can learn better from them. But the one thing I would say, I didn't go to post-secondary. I went straight out of high school into sales and business. And then I went through the University of Life, which is twice as long, more expensive, and harder than anything else in life. So I went to the hardest university, which is the Harvard business of, figure it out yourself. But Jeanette's face cracks me up. Brad admitted 30 here, by the way. So Harvard School of Do-It-Yourself.
I'm stealing that.
The Harvard Business School of Do-It-Yourself. On your own, with your own money, with no guidance, not knowing if it's ever going to work out. And once you get our degree, you will be amongst the highest form of graduates of this school.
And then they'll say you did it overnight.
Yeah, you did it overnight. And then Bob Proctor will come on and say, I changed my life overnight! So, this is a funny show. We should do a second one today. Encore at 2 o'clock. I'm joking. So, here's my answer. Why don't you use the networking part of school, which means networking with people there, and bring that into your business. Start your business inside the school. Makes a lot more sense. Because of lack of time, I do not know how to, I can't go longer on this, but simple. You have people, there's no other time in your life you're ever going to have this many people around you at easy access. No one else has more people on a campus. No work, no nothing. So use it. There's people all around you. Go network, go find them, and test out your ideas. So anyways, guys, this was a great show. Wow. Happy Victoria, John, Jimmy Day. It's great. We dropped some knowledge. I can't wait to see Isaiah's videos and Lauren's emails and Upton's edits. And Jeanette's face. So, let's wrap this up. We got 11 seconds on Instagram. This is the #1 show for entrepreneurs who need clarity. If you haven't yet, click that subscribe button and that notification bell. Share this video on Instagram. Love you guys so much. Bye. And on Facebook, if you're watching this right now, share challenge. #share this right now. Send it to someone. Put it on your Facebook. Like this. Comment down below a question you have and go to askarmin.com to get your questions answered. I love you so much, and I hope you make the rest of your week the best of your week.